Miguel Dorati back here at the iBot Vaults, and we're going to hit you with an MMA video blog. We've got Bellator, and we've got Bellator 140 this Friday, July 17th, up at the Mohegan Sun in Connecticut. It's a nice card, 13-fight card. Just, you know, I've said it on other blogs. I'm going to mention it again here. Bellator, clearly the #2 MMA company in the world. UFC gets all their fights with lines, with over-unders, at least a week before the fight. Many of them are projected out a long time out. Bellator, we're here just a handful of hours, really, basically 48 hours or so before the fight. When you see this, 5 fights get odds. They do have over-unders on them, but the other 8 fights on the card are not getting any consideration here. And only when there's interest, and Bellator has really gotten big, and they're not just doing a shuck and jive with, Ken Shamrock versus Kimbo got 2 million views and stuff like that. Who cares if nobody really cares about their fights? And obviously the bookkeepers don't, as they only post the main card fights. The main cards, here we go. We're going to get into Bellator at 140. They're going to air on Spike TV, so that's what you got here. It's a welterweight fest, and I like that when Bellator does stuff like that. All the fights on the main card are welterweight fights. The title defense is the main event with Douglas Lima, the champion, making his defense against Andre Koreshkov. Lima at -170, Koreshkov at +130. It's a 5-rounder, and the over-under is 2.5, with the over at -160 and the under at +120. I love this fight. It's a great fight. Ben Askren had the title here, and he left. And what that did is it really left Lima and Koreshkov as the top 2 guys. They'd taken losses to Askren and nobody else, and now here they are in kind of a long-awaited showdown. So I'm excited about that fight. Heading into the rest of the welterweight fights, you got prospect Chris Honeycutt, -280. These are all 3-rounders, by the way. Honeycutt at -280 over Paul Bradley, +200. Over-unders 2.5, over -210, and the unders at +160. What do you say about this one? Both pretty good wrestlers, top-notch wrestlers in terms of collegiate resumes and stuff like that. Bradley a lot more experience, but he hadn't been able to break through and get to the top, whereas Honeycutt's still 6-0 and has the look of a prospect. Obviously the over-under set high with -210 on the over. 2 wrestlers unlikely to finish this fight. Moving on, you got the exciting Michael Page, -705, facing Rudy Bears, the veteran, at +435. Page coming back. He'd been removed from a Bellator event a couple of fights ago because of a cut, and he's one of those guys. He's 7-0. He's one of those guys that's exciting to watch, and everybody's been dying to see him. He's a big favorite over the veteran Bears. Bellator's had some success with taking guys with a lot of losses in their records, a trial horse look, and giving them an opportunity, and they've risen to the occasion. We're going to see if Rudy Bears, now returning to Bellator after many years, experiences a resurgence. We'll see. Heading into the next couple of fights, you got Brennan Ward, big favorite, -505 over Roger Carroll, +335. Over-unders 1.5, with the over at +125 and the under at -165. Ward, everybody thinks he's the guy to keep an eye on in this fight. And the last of the welterweight fights sees Britain's Paul Daly, a big favorite, -705, facing Dennis Olsen, +435. Over-unders 1.5, with the over at -130 and the under at -110. Daly was supposed to get a title shot. That match fell apart because Douglas Lima had been injured. Now Lima and Koreshkov, that showdown goes down, which I think is the right thing to do for Bellator. That title fight is their own homegrown stuff. Daly comes with an outsider reputation. Daly probably gets the winner of the title fight. Anyway, that's Bellator 140. That hits you this Friday. We'll talk to you after the fights.